this type of keep it real. Only till you got your fill. Then you wanna cry a little. Really thought you know the deal. Oh, girl, I guess that's what happens. Two fools be falling in love. Mixing some pain and some passion. Now I'm feeling separate. If you can take my hand, I promise you'll find love again. Yeah, yeah. If you can take my hand, I promise you'll find love again. Oh, yeah. You don't even say what's up. Round your boy, you act so tough. Like you never been in love. Baby, don't put acting up. Long as what you want is love. I promise you make things sound crazy. Show trust in me, Can't get niggas, niggas wanna act like me, niggas wanna ride like me, niggas wanna flex like me, wanna contact chat like me. I thank God every day, he keep blessing me. Got no time for no hoes, they be stressing me. I don't do subliminals or sneak this. When I see you, let you know what it is. Anytime I shoot my shot, I do once. Anytime I shoot my shot, it will switch. It will switch. Fuck it up. I feel it hard, I stuck it up. I took a fight up, pussy, I'm not for
Are they gonna be able to hear me? Yeah. Come up to the stage. Hey y'all, guess what? We out here at the movie premiere at the West End in Savannah, Georgia for Jewell Hamrick movie premiere exposure. Here's the mastermind behind the scenes period. And we out here. It starts at 7:30. 7:30. Starts at 7:30. We're about to start right now. Can you tell us about what's it about? A little bit about what the film is?
Yeah, if you can hear me, but it's about Marcus Tyler, 22-year-old doctor. He's in a really big situation with his lover. He ends up submitting photos to a photography competition without their knowledge, so it kind of gets a little sticky in that way. So
I'm excited.
Let's see how that
Excited. I'm so excited, y'all. We out here, and I'm very happy. Hope you guys liked it.
Hello, Savannah. Hi. So welcome to the Exposure Tour. My name is Corey Nicole. I'm going to be one of your hosts for this evening. I'm super excited to be here. I hope you guys are as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're really excited to be here. We have Ivy Vision and Cotavation here bringing the What the Shoot networking event. So you guys got up, you were mixing and mingling, you guys took some pictures, and this was an event that Shakeem Koda actually started. He wanted to, just bring fellow creatives together, meet new people, network with each other, start potential collaborations. So that's what this is all about. And tonight we're just gonna have a good time, and we have our Exposure Tour honoree here tonight. We have Emerald Arguelles in the building. So we're actually gonna have a one-on-one sit down a little bit later, and then you guys know this will not be the Exposure Tour if we didn't see someone get exposed. So we are going to be screening Ivy Vision's latest film, Exposure, at the end of the evening. So I hope you guys are excited. So we are going to start with my segment. It's called Hello, It's Me. And if you
guys don't know me, I am an entrepreneur and I'm also a podcaster. So I have a podcast called Hello, It's Me, I am Kay Nicole. And it's just basically me sharing my life and my experiences as an entrepreneur, as a full-time content creator. So it's just like real raw. This is me, this is my life. So I got to meet some people in the crowd and they're gonna come up and talk about their lives, their career paths, so that you guys maybe can learn a little bit about them. And if you wanna reach out to them, you wanna talk to them before the night is over, you can do that. Get people social media, make connections, meet new people. So up first, I'm going to welcome Sean Jewell. Round of applause. Round of applause. Hello, it's me.
Hello.
How are you?
It's me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is real cool, real laid back. We're just gonna have a conversation, okay? So just, tell us your name.
My name is Sean Jewell.
All right. Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm locally born in Savannah, Georgia. I was born and raised.
Nice. Okay. And so, what is it that you do? Like, what are you doing? Are you an artist? Are you creative? Are you an entrepreneur? What do you have going on?
I am a local entrepreneur here in Savannah, Georgia. I am a professional photographer. I own a business called Shoot with Sean Photography, which specializes in all photography on all styles. I specialize personally in fashion photography. I'm inspired to one day publish my own magazine.
Ooh.
To feature not only my work, but other inspiring artists and photographers like in the Southeast area, going up to probably New Orleans, Louisiana. That's how far I want to take it.
That's amazing. I went to school for fashion photography, so I guess that's why we always vibed a little bit. Okay, so where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. My name is Sean Jewell on Instagram, SHAWNJUWAN. And on Facebook, you can follow me at Shoot with Sean.
Period. Well, let's give Sean a round of applause. Thank you for coming up here with me. Okay, so up next we have Nisha. Give Nisha a round of applause. Hello, it's me.
Hello, it's me, Nisha. Oh, it's on. Hi, it's me, Nisha.
Thank you for coming up here.
Thank you
Okay,
for having me.
so where are you from?
Originally, I am from California, San Bernardino. I got one person in the audience. Shout out. West Side.
Okay, so all right. Well, tell us a little bit about you. Are you an entrepreneur, creative? What do you do?
I am. I do a lot of things. So I call myself Jackie of all trades.
Yes.
I'm a creative by nature. I'm an international spoken word artist, but I actually shoot, I produce, I edit, I direct. I just started my podcast like you, so I'm a podcaster now.
Podcasting.
Yes, my podcast is called Finding Your Niche with Niche. And so basically I interview people who are in interesting niches. And the podcast is actually an extension of my brand, which is Freed Minds. And we believe that life's breakthroughs are one thought away. And so you can literally change the trajectory of your life by one thought, changing your perspective just on one thought. And so basically I interview people in specific niches and talk to them about that one thought that changed their life in order for them to kind of pursue their specific niche.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm looking for people who do something interesting or dope to be on a podcast.
I would love to be on the podcast. That's so cool. I was just saying, I'm like, dang, I'm in Atlanta, but I want to meet more podcasters. I feel like that's the wave now, but I just want to meet more people that look like me that do podcasts.
Yes,
So
for sure.
that's really cool.
That
I'm
part.
glad that we got each other's information. Where can we find you?
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram. One thing I didn't mention is I specialize in narrative storytelling. So I love doing documentaries. I love telling the story behind the story. So please reach out to me. You can do that by going to my website, Freed, with the D, freedmindsproductions.com, or you can find me on IG at freedminds_productions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I love this. I love meeting new people. As you can tell, I'm really excited. Okay, so last but not least, we have GQ Smooth. Give GQ a round of applause.
Hello, it's me.
Hello, it's you. Yes, it is you.
Oh, thank you for coming up here with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So where are you from?
I'm from Macon, Georgia originally, but I've been in Savannah for like 10 plus years.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. You
No.
drive through Macon to come here.
Yeah, you do. I'm here in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean,
Just say yes.
yeah, it was good. You know, I just have a friend that moved to Macon, so I'm gonna be out there pretty soon.
Okay.
I've never been there, but I'm gonna go.
Listen, if you know me, you know Macon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, that was smooth. GQ smooth. Man of his word. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about what you do. Artist, creative,
Okay.
entrepreneur.
All of that, all those things. I'm an artist. Originally, just growing up, I always liked to do arts. Vocal performer, whether it's singing, talking, poetry, all that. Also got into fashion. This is my shirt right here that I created. So
Oh, that's cool.
my line is Smooth Apparel GQ. It's a apparel line that's appeal but shows African pride. So we're ready to show African pride and put Africa on the shirt.
Right. But you make Africa look really cool on the shirt, though. It's not just, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I do that. I also host a radio show every Tuesday at a local radio station down in Savannah, WRUU 107.5 FM. So it's called Smooth Mic, a show dedicated to poetry, spoken word, and music that moves.
I did not know I was speaking to a radio personality.
You can't tell. You can't listen to it.
Wow. That's amazing. That sounds like a lot to juggle. Like, I thought I had a lot to juggle.
No, you have a nice enough to juggle.
So where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. That's GQ Smooth. That's the letter GQ space Q and Smooth, SMOOTH. And on Instagram, you can catch me on Smooth Mic GQ. The mic is MIC, like a microphone. So Smooth Mic GQ for the radio show. And for this great apparel is Smooth Apparel GQ.
Got it.
That's where you can find me.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I love that. That was fun. See, I just met 3 new people tonight. Y'all met 3 new people tonight as well. All right, so we're gonna keep things going. So I'm super excited to introduce our exposure tour honoree of the evening, Emerald Arguelles.
Sure anymore, just how it happened before. The places that I knew were sunny and blue. I can feel it deep inside. This black biggest pride. I have no fear when I say, and I say every day. Every nigga is a star. Every nigga is a star.
I think what you're trying to ask is, why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture? I think that's what you're asking. If I have no choice over it in the first place, to me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people. I mean that in every sense, outside and inside. And to me, we have a culture that is surpassed by no other civilization. We don't know anything about it. So again, I think I've said this before in the same interview, I think, at some time before. My job is to somehow make them curious enough or persuade them by hook or crook to get more aware of themselves and where they came from and what they are into and what is already there, and just to bring it out. This is what compels me to compel them. And I will do it by whatever means necessary.
I'm really excited because my do-rag says My God wears a do-rag.
Thank you. Yes, so we are just excited to be here, excited to have you. I'm excited to just learn more about you and about your work. So we can start off by talking about that. So when did you actually shoot that?
So I think I shot that probably about almost 3 years ago now. I know Sean was a part of it. But yeah, it kind of started in class, and being at SCAD, there was only like 1 or 3 maybe Black girls in the photo department that I would see. And it kind of like sparked this sense of activism in me, and to be able to express that through the medium of photography. So the concept was kind of built around showing these beautiful Black men that I see every day and depicting them as gods, and showing it in a way that is very, you see certain things you identify, and it's like, okay, this is Black culture. You see the do-rag, it's an instant identifier. And it was a shoot at first, and then I was grateful enough to work with this videographer, Lorenzo, and working as a director was a lot of fun because I was new. But we really just compiled this beautiful narrative that was very uplifting to so many people. And there's a lot of things that I'm proud of, but that's like top of the list. I'm very, very proud of that body of work.
Yeah, I'm like, that kind of just like introduced you. I'm like, we're gonna sit here and talk about a whole introduction. I mean, you can introduce yourself and talk a little bit about, you know, your career now, what you're into, but I feel like that did a lot of the talking.
Yeah, so I guess for intro, I'm kind of awkward talking about myself, but I'm from New Orleans originally, moved to Ohio after Katrina, and from there, being in Ohio was a bit of a weird cultural shift. So, along with, you know, being poor and going through that whole process, I decided, well, you know, join the Marine Corps. That sounded like a great idea. So I did that for 4 years, and it wasn't for me. So I decided that individualism was something that I really wanted to embrace. And then being a photographer is so much fun because there's so many things I want to say. But I'm kind of socially awkward, and you know, certain things just don't need to be said. So
Right.
I can convey many different narratives, also with many different perspectives and learning experiences through other people that, you know, helps me grow. But then I can show that through photography, and I'm very blessed and grateful that I can be able to do this.
Yeah, I love that you said that, like letting your art do the talking, because it's just like sometimes it just doesn't need to be said. You need to see it and you need to think about it, have your own reaction to it,
Right.
and digest it how you will. But I love that. I love your work. You were also the set photographer for Exposure. So how was that?
That was so much fun. That was the first time I've ever worked with like all Black everything. It was lovely. And we had so much fun just like kikiing on set, and it didn't feel like we were working. Like we just had a lot of fun. And it was a beautiful experience. And as soon as Jewell was like, I want you, I'm like, yes, Jewell can ask me, I'm there. It's not a question.
I love being behind the scenes, like to see how they set everything up. I applaud y'all, okay? Because being on different film sets, music video sets, all that kind of stuff, just seeing all the process of what goes into it. I've actually, you know, done some behind the scenes photography before, and I'm just like, this is insane.
It is because you're there for everything, you know. And then I think to see, and of course I've seen Exposure probably like 4 or 5 times now, and I think even seeing it, it's like, wow, I was there while this was being captured. It's still like a little surreal, you know.
Yeah, and just to see the difference of like the final product and versus like when we were all working on it.
Right.
I can imagine how that was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, are you doing more like freelance work or, you know, what do you have going on now? I know you're editor-in-chief, so maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think I'm in a lot of different bags. I think with editor-in-chief of Aim Bad, something I've been extremely blessed. I think the accomplishments that I got very early on in my career, I don't want to say like I felt like they weren't deserved, but I felt like I hadn't paid my dues yet. Like I hadn't put in a lot of work how I really should have, you know, or like how I've seen other people put in the work and And I was like, you know, I've been grateful enough to have these opportunities. I want to give them to other people, and more specifically, people that look like me. So it's like, how can I do this? And then kind of coming into the position of editor-in-chief, it was like, in the midst of kind of calm down a crisis, but we ended up turning it into something that was so beautiful. We've given, I want to say, like $5,000 to all these different organizations, and one that was close to my heart was House of Tulip in New Orleans, where they put together this donation, basis like a GoFundMe, to build a house for trans men and women that were homeless in New Orleans. And we were able to do that because we have the resources and we're able to. Having a open call for entry, having all women jurors, and then hosting like a Q&A with Black women who are established in the medium of photography to give those resources to people who I don't think it's readily accessible. You know, like you shouldn't be rich to have this. Like you shouldn't just have this information. So just kind of taking my blessings and then turning that into a situation that can benefit others. And also like always shooting. I just wrapped a shoot today.
Okay, booked and busy. That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, it's been a lot of just trying to put my work out there and put it kind of into the right hands. I don't want to say like I have a defined goal of what I want or what I want things to be like. I just know I want to be happy and I don't want to conform or necessarily be accepted. You know, I kind of just really want to do what I want to do and embrace the people who raised me and the community that I'm so proud to be a part of.
That's amazing. So have you been shooting? How long have you been shooting?
So funny. So I think I started shooting back in 2017. I had just got out of the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what I was doing with my life because I had been in since I was 17. So being an adult, I was like, oh, this is not for me. Like it was really scary, and I don't think that people, you know, really tell you. Well, they tell you, but it's different when you experience it.
Right.
But I know I needed a creative outlet. So I used to write poetry, painting, and those things just didn't bring me the satisfaction of photography. So I was like, I go to concerts all the time. I should just start shooting concerts. And you know, that was fun until it wasn't because it's not paid. So, you know, finding concepts and narratives, and that's when, like, I think I started to find what I wanted, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, photography is what I'm gonna do from here on out.
That's cool, because I was like, you know how sometimes you always know you want to do something, but there's just so many different things in the way. Like, did you have any obstacles in the beginning that you had to face?
So many. I'm sensitive, so dealing with criticism was a very hard thing. Critiques. Just, I guess this sense of feeling like I needed validation from other people to be able to express. And once I let that go, things kind of got easier. Now, like, the conflicts come from things that I can't control, and I'm trying to learn how to just let things flow the way that
Oh
they
my
are.
goodness. You are me in that department. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I plan something out and I spent so much time and have this vision going and it just doesn't happen, I just can't.
Yeah, and that was the whole situation yesterday. Yesterday was so ghetto, but it ended up working out beautifully. Like, the way that everything was supposed to go, it's just kind of like I have to accept it and just be like, okay, because this was supposed to happen.
Right.
Yeah, I try not to plan too often. I try to have an outline. Like, this is what I kind of want.
Right.
Because things will just kind of sway the way that they're supposed to.
Okay. Got it. So what is, like, one huge goal that you have? Like, I know you said you don't know, you know, what you really want to get out of this or where you want to end up, but, like, what is one thing that's, like, on your bucket list when it comes to photography? Whether that's, like, shooting a certain person or, like, for a certain thing. I know me, like, I make clothes, and I have my podcast and everything, so I have certain people that I would, like, love to interview or people I would love to have in my clothes.
I think for a lot of Black photographers, like, as of recently, the horizon goal is Beyonce, of course. But I would love to shoot Lakeith Stanfield. Darius from Atlanta, I'm in love with everything that he does. But I think that one thing that I do want to do, I want to be able to be like a traveling photographer and have that flexibility. And I started this, like, just kind of traveling the Chitlin circuit, talking to people, meeting people, and documenting that. It's such like a beautiful part of Southern history that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Right.
And just kind of like uncovering this lost knowledge of the world. Like I think that would be super dope. So that would probably be like horizon goal and then like something personal for myself.
Yeah, I want to travel. I hate that we're, in this situation now because I'm like scared to travel.
Right. No, a lot of people are. A lot of people aren't either.
Right. It's like we see people out. I'm like, people are out living their best lives, but then I'm like, I'd rather not. Not yet.
No,
Not ready yet. So do you have any upcoming projects going on? Like anything that you can share? Any little teasers?
Yeah, so I just wrapped the shoot today. Knowing myself, I'm probably gonna go and get the edits done tonight and get it finished by tomorrow. But it's for a really big publication. I kind of want to keep that to myself.
Yeah, no, we don't need not all the tea, not all the tea. Just
I don't want to start freaking myself out about it. But yeah, so that also like another really big accomplishment was the Washington Post published like a whole series of my work, which was huge. So did BuzzFeed. And then I had an exhibition in New York open up yesterday that's
wow,
kind of like a full circle moment with one of my favorite photographers. Like I'm such a fangirl over her work. So yeah, it's just kind of been like a whole bunch of things. And then I just found out that 2 of my photos are going to be in either Alexander Hall or Adler Hall at SCAD. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of little things here and there. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. I work hard, so I'm very happy to see these things.
After SCAD, there's so much pressure,
Yeah.
So to get to that point in life where you just feel just happy, like you're doing what you want to be doing, that's a blessing. Because some people are like struggling to get there.
Right, and I think I'm super grateful for my partner because he always reminds me like you don't have to put this pressure on yourself. Like it's okay. He's like he has like this in his list of priorities is like fun, and I'm like you have fun. Like how does that work? I'm like how does that work? Because my life is just work, and I've noticed like I have to take a break because I will burn myself out, and then the passion will be gone. And this is like a huge, like fire in my life. So it's been a lot of learning processes and a lot of things, and I'm just grateful to have the experience to fail, come back, and try it again.
Right. Yeah, so things are going well for you right now. That's amazing. I guess my last question is just like, we're in a pandemic. Has that affected you in any way when it comes to your shoots or, just how busy you are? Or were you able to just kind of like pick it up and run with it?
This is the busiest I've ever been in my life.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been interning with NBC for a while. They keep me busy, very busy. Excuse me. Also kind of like in my personal life, since, outside life wasn't really like a thing, finding like these hiking trails in North Georgia, and really finding like this beautiful peace of mind within myself kind of gave me a fresh start to go back into work. I taught myself medium format on my balcony, experimenting with all different types of textures and backdrops, and really just kind of like this DIY feel that gave me a lot of confidence in my abilities of what I'm able to do as a photographer. So I don't think the pandemic really hindered anything for me, honestly, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But I think a lot of things that I thought would stop, it kind of like sparked something in me to be like, okay, this is happening, but what are you gonna do about it? You have to find a way to move around it.
Right. Yeah, I feel like this time we all kind of slowed down and it gave us the opportunity, like you said, to learn new things, better whatever we had going on. So that's amazing. I'm happy for you, proud of you. I'm so happy I met you. I'm like, there's so many cool people around that you just don't know until you just spark that interaction with someone. You can meet forever friends, people that you work with, collaborate with. So, yeah, thank you for coming up here. Congratulations on being here. So I'm going to introduce our other host, my co-host, Juwan.
I didn't know it was coming on so early.
WTV. Hello, everyone. My name is Jewell Jennings. I'm 23 years old from Houston, Texas. I'm a host, I'm a podcaster, I'm a radio personality, I'm a singer, and I'm also an actor. And I will be doing the talk with you guys. So, without further ado, I'm sorry, what you say? Without further you want to introduce it? Yeah. Okay, well then come on. I was introducing it. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. But you're right where you need to be. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I know, this is some lively. Like, can we get some lively? Cold weather still in Savannah. It's March and it's still like in the 40s, which is crazy. But you know, climate change. Fixing on, working on it. But it's the closing of the tour. He and I have been working very, very, very hard along with other members like Emerald with the traveling, Juwan with the hosting, Corey with the hosting, DJ Da Vinci in 2 cities, Alex on the live stream. We've been working like nonstop. And I'm thankful for the team and everyone that's been a part of it. Even the people who haven't been as present, who have been working behind the scenes, like Kareem, Caitlin, the cast has been on. So it's been a big process and everything. But this film is actually a year old. Last week, it turned a year old. I know it hit me. It was like, wow. We're coming back to close out the tour a week from the anniversary. So it's iconic. It's really iconic. So I'm very, very blessed to be able to shoot in a city that I've been living in for 5 years. This is kind of like my take of what could happen in a situation like mine or a situation like Juwan's, or a lot of us. So it's personal. It's one of my favorites, and I just would like you to take it in as you see fit. That's what art is, and I'm just very proud of my cast. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys performed very well. I'm just very blessed to have you guys, to be able to work with you guys and workshop my art and craft with you guys, definitely, all the time. Shaquem, always, you already know. And my crew that's out there watching right now from home, Ethan, I know Ethan's watching. Shout out to my DP. It's just baby crew. And everybody that came and supported. I have a lot of family that came here tonight. A lot of family that's watching right now. It's an abundance of love, and I love the fact that it's like feeling like it's almost Houston here. When we were there. So it's really good. And looking at the room, looking at all the decorations, I cannot close this one out without thanking my lovely cousin in the background. We flew out here from Houston after the storm to come and come and do this. So I'm just very thankful, my love, always. And without further ado, I think they should come and see this, huh? They should definitely see this. They should see it, yeah. Okay, we'll talk later. Yeah.
Morning, sleepyhead.
Oh man, Marky, you stay waking up at the crack of dawn, man.
I don't like mornings like that. You know that.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yo, man, what you doing?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. You good?
I'm good. Just asking.
Okay, cool.
Stay right there.
Why? Oh man, come on, chill with this.
Come on.
Marcus, man, I said chill. Hey, tripping. Hey, yo, Marcus, I'm gonna hit you back up.
Yeah.
We can link later, okay? I got some plays I need to make. I'll text you or hit you up, okay? All right, we can link, we can do something, chill, but I'll let you know, bro. I just gotta make a couple of plays, you know what I mean? We can walk me out if you want to. Come on, let's go, man.
Oh, Chelsea.
Okay.
I forgot you were coming today. Levi was just dropping off. I was just leaving.
Oh, Zir got you making wake up calls now.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that's some good gas, bro?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Sure.
take care. All right. Talk to y'all
Peace.
later.
Well, damn. Good morning to you too.
Want some coffee?
Sure. Why so early though?
I mean, coffee usually tastes better in the morning
I
time.
was talking about Levi delivering weed.
I mean, it's not that early.
What else did he deliver this morning?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Marcus, don't play with me. Look, baby, I ain't no fool, okay? I see y'all hanging out, fucking around.
I mean, something like that.
Did he spend the night?
So when you say the night, you mean like last night or this week? 'Cause
Wait.
What's up?
What's up?
I like him. I really, really like him.
Well, no shit.
I worry about him, okay? I worry about him out in the streets. Is there?
Look, Zir and Levi are like brothers. He won't let nothing happen to him, okay?
You good, bro?
Oh, what's up, Shazir? Yeah, man, I'm good. What's up?
Why the fuck you late, man? Every single time I tell you to be somewhere, you be there all the
Look,
time.
man, I
right?
got caught up at a friend house, man.
Friend
Yeah.
house. Say what? You know him?
Him? Nah, I don't know
You
him.
looking like you know this nigga, man.
Look, Shazir, I got caught up, man. Lost track of time.
What friend house you was at, bro?
Just somebody I'm fucking with. That's it.
They from him.
Nah. Nah.
Back to, ooh. I see why you're a homebody, man. Did it.
Not really.
Hell yeah. These make you say that, but like in a good way.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the deadline's Sunday, so
Did you show Levi yet?
no.
Look, I think
No.
you should. I think you should. I think you'll like it.
I don't know.
Hey man, look at her. You all I got, man. I'm all you got. You feel where I'm coming from?
Right.
Don't ever let no female get in the way of your money.
It won't happen again, man. We good.
Alright.
I got you. We
Don't
good.
be late no more.
We good. It won't happen again, bro.
No, you man. Love you too. Alright.
So,
Hey. I thought you said your text.
We're gonna start town, so thought I'd stop by, roll up.
Okay. Chelsea and I hung out today, talked about some things.
Like what?
So the contest, the Arsenair one downtown, there's the winner gets $2,000 and a showcase in their gallery.
Oh, I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I have a couple options. Let's see. I think they would do good. So I have this one. It's not the best, but I'm working the exposure on this one. This one's definitely my favorite thing. I think the lighting here is just perfect on your end. And then there's this one. I really think you'll like it.
What the fuck? You can't submit that.
I take photos of you every morning for like a month now. I don't understand.
Wait a minute, Marcus. You can't be serious, man. You can't submit this.
I'm very serious, and I can.
You can.
Levi, what's the issue?
What's the issue? I'm not out. That's the issue. I mean, is that hard to understand? Man, it's not even like that. It's really.
It's not like that.
It's not like that. I'm not your boyfriend. That's what I mean. Now, I don't know what's gotten into you, but those photos need to be deleted ASAP. Dead serious, man. Find something else to submit. I don't care, but delete those photos. I mean, delete those photos, man.
It ain't like that.
Yes, it's not like.
Ooh, nigga. But I mean, to be honest, I can see why he don't want him now. Because baby, if you found out.
See why I have so much control.
Hey baby, hey! What you doing here?
Time to see.
What you want?
I'm good.
Hey, bro. How did you go on shopping with my little brother? Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need anything.
You sure?
Actually, let me shop with you. And what's funny?
Nothing, what you want?
I mean, what I said, man, something ain't right.
Here we go. What's your problem with it?
Marcus, man, what's your deal? What's my deal? Nothing is my deal. Okay, then cool, then stop acting like that. I know this is about, man. This is all about some photos, right? This isn't even about the photos or the contest. This is about what you said. Bro, Marcus, I'm not like you, man. You don't get it. Oh, I get it. You don't. Oh, I do. No, you don't.
We fucked around and let us so touch. Tried my best to play safe. While my man is so such. Way past from his face. Now my blush like something flicker. Noticing right when we wanted to have nights. Eventually had a good time. Just because we had to end. Don't mean it won't good. Just living in just was in I couldn't close you. Doesn't mean I wasn't feeling you.
All right, sounds good. Wow, wow. What a film, huh? Can we clap it up again for that? That was amazing. That was amazing. Did y'all go to do my intro again? No. Okay, so for a second time, guys. Hello, everyone. My name is Jewell Jennings. Like I said earlier, I'm an actor, singer, host, radio personality, and podcaster. And I will be doing talkbacks, but not only not only with the stars of the exposure, but also the creator for what the shoot and the director of exposure. So, without further ado, I have you with the talkback. Yes, beautiful black people. Sit. One more person.
Hello.
Hello. All right, everybody on the couch. How we feeling, casting crew and creators? Pretty good.
y'all. It's been a while since we've seen each other. And wow, we are wonderful. Okay, so I'm not really gonna just do like, it's gonna be sporadically, okay? So my first question is, what was the audition process for all of your characters? Simon, Ellie.
All right, let's see, this is a year ago, let me try to remember.
Dig back in your
Yeah, let me try to remember. So first of all, we auditioned, and after we auditioned, I think about maybe 2 weeks later, Jules contacted us and said that it was like a callback type thing. We didn't really know we had the role type thing. We thought it was a workshop for us to, learn more about the character, to re-audition. When we got there, SCAD Atlanta, and he let us know right then and there, like, hey, you got the part, and like 2 weeks we finna go to Savannah. So like, and it was our first time meeting. Like it was our first time ever like meet Shakeen and Amari. Our first time meeting, and we got a chance to do a read through. And after that, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, we went to Savannah the last weekend of February, going into March, and we had to film. So everything was very fast paced and quick.
Yeah. So what was everybody's like first impressions of getting to know each other, looking at the script? They were like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, what was the reactions? Anybody can answer.
I would say for myself, when I first like got to read for Marcus, it was scary. I always say like it was scary.
Okay.
Because not only is Jewell an amazing like visionary and writer, but like when I saw the character in the breakdown, I was like, wow, this is me. And I felt so like closely tied to the character. So it was a very fun experience, but scary because it was just like, how do you do this at this new level? And I trusted Jewell on the way, like co-stars, and we got it done.
Yeah, I really carried each other. And Mari, what about you?
I would say that I kind of forgot the question.
What was the initial reactions, not only the script, but your co-stars?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, to meet him, like I said, I didn't know Coda or Khalil or Lorenzo, but at least for Coda and Khalil, it was very easy to work with them and talk to them. And like, if you ever met Lorenzo, he's like this big dude, and I'm like, I gotta kiss him, and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So that was my reaction. I saw the kiss. I was like, oh God, it's my first time kissing somebody. You know what I mean? But I did. I love how Jewell had wrote Chelsea because she was I could play with her. It wasn't.
She seemed very relatable.
Yeah, like relatable. You can have fun. It's not really nothing serious to her, so I could make some creative choices and run with it. So that's what I appreciated after reading the script.
As an actor, you can make your own choices. I mean, yes, you do have a character, but in that you find yourself and you can do what you think. So, to the director, J. Hamrick, what inspired the script?
Sorry. I think what inspired the script is two things. When I wrote it, I was in my first short film screenwriting class, and I had gotten to a little spat with my mom that weekend, and I had an assignment due. I had to write a script, and I had a lot of pressure on the script, and because my professor told me that he didn't believe me as a storyteller, and I was very hurt by that.
Disrespected.
Just knowing that I've made 3 films and I'm at SCAD, so I was like, am I not a storyteller? How am I not doing that? So I channeled all that energy, especially my mom, and got, moms and sons, especially single moms and sons that need to spats. But so I channeled all that, and I wrote the first draft of Exposure, and my professor jinxed me and said that it was going to be my senior thesis for graduation, and I laughed in his face, but he's now laughing at my face.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
So as we get into creativity and, like I said earlier, acting and just getting into character, I want to hear from individually, everybody on this panel. What moment did you take your craft seriously, whether it be acting, writing, dancing, Amari? Because you know I know about you as a teen. But yeah, go ahead, anybody.
I can go first. Well, I started acting when I was 10. So I've always been on stage and theater, and I'm a theater kid at heart. So I would say that's probably when I started taking it serious. I used to ask my mom, "Hey, mom, sign me up for acting school, acting classes." My mom would take me to workshops, and that's probably where I started. That's where I started. And when I started college, my freshman year, I was a theater major. And my mom was very much, okay, you can do that, but I want you to have, Black parents, you gotta have a plan.
That job, was paying the bills.
Yeah, so she talked me into, so I got into psychology as well, which ended up working out for me as well. So yeah, like I said, since I was 10, since I was a kid, anybody who knows me, my sister's back there, she can tell you, that I've always been, very theatrical, always on stage, the star of all the plays and stuff like that. So yeah.
I love that. Mari?
I think what was I thinking? Like you said, I was a dancer first.
Okay.
But so what happened was I think it was my sophomore year, I started to fall in love with any TV show, any movie that was in the 90s. And so I was watching, it was like a different world, and the first person was Bel-Air. And that acting, for me, at least back in the day, it was so real and so natural.
Very top tier.
Which I think the acting style nowadays is way different than what it was back in the day. And I remember, the Fresh Prince when he was the dad scene. That was so iconic, so real, so pure. And ever since then, I was like, dang, I want to start acting like that. I want to, when people see me on TV or on movies or whatever, I want them to get that realness that is human, not an actor acting. Like she's actually portraying the character. So I really don't feel like I'm there yet. I strive to get that acting how it was back in the day, that raw, that real, that nitty gritty. And I'm still fighting for that every single day.
That's real. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, please, clap for that. Please. Oh, Sakine, what about you?
Oh, hey, I'm back. Okay. I've been acting since church days, being like 4 or 5 in church plays, playing the angel, of course. It's just the easy role we all get, pretty much. We're given it. Going away. Okay. And yeah, so I did that. I did YouTube. A lot of people don't know this, but one day, once I, ascend the independent, right, our independent world, we're going to, I'm going to release those YouTube series and things like that. It's like I was like 10. I was like, acting in front of YouTube doing remakes. Okay. But yeah, I've just been doing stuff like on stage, in high school, church. It's been a very fun process.
Okay. Yeah. And then Jay, for you?
I was a child actor, model, whatever they do that.
So child star.
Child
you were a child star.
I did a couple commercials for NASA, tried out for Nike, and things like that. But I didn't start taking really any, before all that, I was like, I just want to be an actor, and I thought I was just going to be this actor. I was like, you claim it, that's what you're going to get. Until I did make this Nike audition, and my mother kind of brought it to realization and said, actors don't make that much money, or it's a hard industry to be in, with her working in media, of course. And it really brought to a realization of like, well, what do I want to do with my life? I'm very creative, but I'm not athletic. Even though I tried to do different sports and things of that nature, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I was a bookworm, so I was always reading, writing. I was always at the barbershop with a book. You could never find me without a book when I was little. So I think that's what drew me into writing more. And then I got into high school. Junior year of high school is when I wrote my first screenplay. And it's in a notebook. So it's like I just wrote it for the assignment, and that's when I realized that's what I want to do.
Yes, as we talk about origin stories and what we used to do back in middle school and high school, I want to talk about Bash. So how did that come about, and what was the process like?
So Bash, it was an assignment that they messed up on my school schedule. Cypress Ranch. That's the point my school schedule. So like they put me in this like makeshift film class, and then the first assignment was to write a screenplay. So that's how Bash came out. It's still in a blue notebook. Actually, I was home a couple weeks ago, and I saw the blue notebook. So it's still there. When I finished the script, I asked my mom. I was like, "Hey, I wrote this script, and like I had already talked to my church friends because I was very involved in church, like team. I was like, I want to shoot this film. It was a Christian film, and I was like, let's go ahead and shoot it. And I asked my mom for $600 after we shot the film. I shot the film for free.
$600?
Yeah, $600.
Oh my gosh.
Because I rented it, I was like, well, I want to showcase it. So I rented out a theater in the Palladium, which is off the Grand Parkway in Houston, Texas. And it's shut down now, which is crazy. Rented out the theater there, grossed like a good over 1K, but when you take it out of the Eventbrite, it's 1K. So I gave my mom her $600 back, and then I kept the $300 for myself to produce my next film. Very short, very low budget, very $300.
And you make it back, right?
Oh yeah, I made a gross thing, so I made about $400, $300 return.
Love to see it. So back to exposure. I want to know everybody's funniest. Like, tell me the atmosphere of being on the set of Exposure, and like, what are y'all's funniest behind the scenes memories? Anybody can go.
Well, I'll go first. Look, you were there, so.
I was there. I was ready to laugh.
She was in her interview. We had a lot of fun. Yes. We had a lot
There
of
was
fun.
never a dull moment.
It was never a dull moment. We had fun. The vibe was, even though you guys probably saw it in the movie, the film probably felt intense, but behind the scenes, it was very much like cracking up like all the time. And I think it was a year ago. This was a year ago. This is right before the pandemic broke, you guys.
Yeah.
The weekend before, like 2 weeks before.
Yes.
We're trying to think. Just our conversations we had what they called holding. So it was a bedroom in the house we were filming in. And it was about maybe everything. So think about this: camera crew, wardrobe stylists,
And
cast
family.
when they're not on set, production assistants. Everybody's in this one room with this big bed, and we're all sitting. We gotta be quiet because it's not our scene. It's microphones and stuff. We're all up there cracking up on the big bed, laying on the couch, on the floor,
Sitting next to gerbils and.
dribbles, nails hitting you in your head, But we still, it was the vibe was great. It was fun. I think the whole experience, the whole weekend was my favorite experience. Not just one moment.
I love that. Amari, what about you?
Well, I don't. Everything he said, I really cannot remember.
No, really? Y'all don't have Snapchat memories?
No, so I was on set. It wasn't like on set. But when we made the TikTok videos the night before, it was like 2 a.m. See, I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that, girl. We were at Jay's house, right? Okay.
So that's my funniest moment because it was like 2 a.m. And like, so basically I'm gonna just describe it. So we was all in the line going past the camera, and everybody had to like throw it back.
Yeah. I remember.
That was like my fun moment.
I love that. Shaquem, what about you?
There you go. On set, life was great. Khalil was saying, we were laughing the entire time behind the scenes. It was just a great energy, great experience for the film. But one of my favorite moments just about exposure was being, after we wrapped, we would celebrate naturally, film life. And when we went to one of the bars, a lot of us have great talents like dancing.
Yeah.
Amari's one of them.
Myself.
Yeah. Jewell is actually a phenomenal dancer.
Yes.
And then Khalil here is he's a showstopper.
That's a secret.
Yeah.
I know I can do it. She can't look at me and tell, but
Yeah, it's there. It's big Leo energy there. But it was a great moment, like just to see everyone like break free from like we were professional, of course, on set, and then having a great time. And then when we got to be ourselves, even more so, it's just like, oh, this is family. So it was really nice.
Yeah. So back to being on screen, I know we seen in the movie, like you said earlier, in the movie it was a lot of intense scenes. So for my actors, what did it take for you guys to get ready for those scenes? Like, what did you guys call on to be like, okay, this is what I need to do, and this is how I'm gonna portray, and it's gonna, I hope that it translates on camera how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so this is going back to that answer when I was like, this is scary, right? Because you have to break through this like wall of fear every time you decide to be not just yourself, but be another person in front of others. Like, you know, is this authentic? Am I portraying this community? Am I portraying, you know, all these things that are bestowed upon you as an actor? You know, am I doing this accurately and fairly? And then, you know, you go a little softer because that's a little deep. You go a little softer, and it's like, am I having a good time? You know, and so just trying to keep a balance was like the most intriguing process for myself. You know, just making sure that I stayed in the game, but also I was just, you know, making sure it was fun as well as a character. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Amar, what about you?
Well, you know, I don't really have a lot of serious moments in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really have a lot of serious moments in it, but when I do prepare for serious moments, I kind of like get to myself and I don't really need like distractions because I don't want to pop out of the mode I'm in. So that's like my process. Yeah.
Mr. Khalil, you was wilding in this film, sir.
For me, honestly, I try to do what we call character development. So before, you know, when you write, what Jewell wrote was basically, you know, what Levi said, right? So I basically had to come up with this backstory. Why does he do the things that he does, right? And that is basically what I use as motivation, giving him a backstory, giving him what's Levi's favorite color. Something random, like, why do you care about what's Levi? But that's something that's part of who he is. You know what I mean? Blue, okay, blue's his favorite color. Why does he do that? Why is he a tough guy? To me, I don't think he's a tough guy. He tries to put on the facade. That's why when his big brother comes around, he's jumping. You know what I mean? He's saying, I'm not out yet. And that's, you know, he's panicking about that. That kind of stuff. The backstory is how I come up with, you know, who and how I'm going to go about the character.
Okay, cool. I like that. Are there any scenes or parts in the film that you would have wanted to see instead of what was already in the final cut?
Jada and I went back and forth in the editing process of what we were going to keep and what we were going to subtract. They've read the full script, so there are certain scenes and certain lines that I would have liked, of course, to have been, you know, every writer wants their whole, no revisions, no drafts, just that's everything, that's it. I just want it right there. But when you go into the process of directing or into production, really, actually, when you send it off to your producers, like when I send it off to Kareem, Caitlin, Josh,
to the team,
they all personally like how we run things at ID Vision. They greenlight it because it's their name also on something as well. So if they don't see something, they don't like a scene, they don't like a line, or if they feel like something can be tweaked, all that comes into play. So I basically give up the rights to all of that. So I've learned after producing certain things or, you know, working with a lot of creatives and understanding how this process works, I've learned to give it up. Like whatever you have on, you know, whatever is salvaged on that is what is needed. So, but there's really not a lot. We captured a lot. I think the process that Jada and I went through over like the span of a month, was just trying to just definitely capture the needed moments, the moments that would get the message across to the audience without actually saying it, really. Just using a lot of subtext, movement. That's a big thing that Jada wanted, was a lot of movement, because they're sitting a lot, they're talking a lot, they're stagnant a lot. So movement was a big deal in exposure. So you see them transitioning and out, and no cut out and no move. And Ethan was a big part of that as well when it came to production. So I think everything was nice. Everything worked out very nicely.
Yeah. So as this is gaining notoriety, what type of success did you expect to come from releasing this?
Well, it it was awkward because we had, I mean, you can go through, I don't know how many email chains between Caitlin, Kareem, and Josh and I. And Nick, we were all trying to figure out, like, we're in the middle of the pandemic and we have this nice film that's about to come out. What do we do? So we didn't know. It took us a while. We kept like, looking on film festivals and film lists, and then we would say, oh, let's wait. And then we'd go back and look for more. It's like, oh, let's try Sundance. And we're like, oh, let's wait. And then we finally, once the film was like finished, and sound was complete, everything was done, and it was just sitting there, we, Josh, Kareem, and I, Caitlin, all met and said, we're just gonna do a small film circuit, and just see what happens. You know, we're in a pandemic, film festivals are not hot right now, so just, you know, just getting the exposure out of that, of the film as much as possible. So, the first film festival we got selected for was Montreal, in Canada.
Yes, that was big.
That was on my birthday, which was
wow.
So it was a really nice birthday present.
Yes.
And then we got into the Visibility Film Festival in the UK. And we were selected for that. And then they came right back and said, we would like to read your script out of the 4 nominees. I got nominated for that script out of 4 people in the UK, so it was pretty cool. They were very much in contact with me. I was like, oh my God, I'm talking to people in London. So it was pretty cool. But this is it. And then after that, we were blessed to have one from California in Venice, the Venice Shorts. And it's kind of been like that for us. Oh, we actually have one coming in shortly. I don't know if we made it or not, but it's in India. If that makes it fun. But we're just trying to see where we can go. But we've gotten a lot of recognition, a lot of support, a lot of eyes have popped on us in a couple of months that we've been doing the tour and getting the exposure out of there. So it's been great. No, I guess you could say, wanted success. I guess like wanted success or aimed success. I guess it was just what came and what was blessed upon us, which I think really worked.
I love that. So I remember, like you guys said earlier, walking on the set that first day, I was like, it's Black people everywhere. And I was just so overjoyed, and I just knew that this was going to be a success and so much hard work going on. Now, I want to get into representation. Why do you think, not only Black, but Black gay representation, why do you think that's important in Hollywood today?
Well, okay, quick story. I just watched The United States versus Billie Holiday. And if you haven't seen that film, it took my breath away.
Oh,
and
wow.
I haven't said that about a lot of films because I haven't seen a lot of real acting lately. And I'm not shading anybody, but I'm saying some raw, authentic, like Levi in the bathroom.
Wow.
That's good acting.
That was that intense
So,
acting, yeah.
And Andra Day, is it Andra Day? Yeah, not
Andra Day.
I see why she won Best Actress. So, and the director is Lee Daniels, who is a openly gay man. And, you know, the fact that, and that's one that I love him. I love him. He may be a flamboyant and extra and all that, but I love him because he's like, this is not going to label me. You know, he's made The Butler. Is that a gay film?
No.
He's made Precious. Is that a gay film?
No.
He's made The United States of Billie Holiday. Is that a gay film? Okay. So why does it matter? It doesn't. But it does mean a lot to see one gay director after another. And that means a lot because it shows, well, I can do that. I don't have to be him, but I can do that. So I think that's what it means to me.
So coming in closing with my last 2 questions, what do you want, ultimately, at the end of the day, what do you want people to take away after watching this short film?
I've been asked this question throughout the tour on podcasts and everything, and I think it's best, like I said on Elizabeth's podcast, you know, I kind of just want people to take it universally. It's not about Black or white or gay or straight. It's really a universal message of wanting to be loved and wanting to be accepted by someone that you have an attraction or a love for. And I feel like that is universal throughout, you know, our relationships, whether it's between our parents, whether it's between our lovers, whether it's between our pets. My dog doesn't love me sometimes, so. But, you know, it's that yearning for that. And, you know, everyone's had a bad breakup. Everyone's had those relationships where you're you're not equally yoked, or you're not equally mutual on the same page of things. And I just wanted to remind people of that. It's okay, you know, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, I love that. So one last question, okay, individually. So the exposure has happened, the pandemic has happened. What is each and everybody, you know, what are y'all working on solo? Like, what's been going on in everybody's life in terms of pandemic after exposure?
Okay, I'll go. Well, let me start this off because I feel like it's a huge pat on the back. 2 months ago, I just got my master's degree. So, with the pandemic and exposure and pandemic all last year, I was working hard. So in between, you know, filming and stuff, I'm on my iPad doing this and haha, that's funny. Yeah, okay, but as far as what's coming next, so I have a new film coming out on Tubi and Amazon very soon called Aftermath. It's a bank heist, you know, crime drama going on. That's going to be coming out this year. I have a stage play called the Mystic Trilogy stage play that's available on Walmart.com. I'm a full-time therapist, and yeah, a lot of work. Yeah, I love that.
Yes. Good job. All right, Mr. Moore, what you got coming?
So after when the pandemic hit, and I feel like it's really easy to get kind of complacent, you feel stagnant. And I feel like now I'm in a place where I'm just like, I'm on go, because I kind of put myself in like a little hole for a minute. Just isolating myself, feeling too lazy, not wanting to put in the work, but now I'm back in that mindset. But now I have a job for a Black natural hair company, and I do the social media and marketing. So they give me money just to produce content for them. Wow. So that's what I'm working on now, and I'm really excited, and I love that. And I'm just training and acting and singing and everything. So.
I love that.
Well, so acting is like the first love of my life, you know, type of thing. And since the pandemic, you know, I was grateful, right? Like we finished right before the pandemic, like first of all, the film, that was amazing, you know? And so I felt very satisfied. Like I started this journey, like, you know, we did something, you know, and it felt great. So that was phenomenal. But moving forward, you know, we are blessed to be working together on this tour, me on Vision, Jewell. It was an amazing opportunity to share what my company, Cotavation, has been able to do for a lot of creatives, which is unite us in rooms like this, where we could share with each other our stories and like opportunities with each other, to network and to just, you know, go viral. Like Emma just went viral the other day on Twitter from a photo shoot, maternity shoot. So it works. That was phenomenal. And you know, someone got a job in PR from our last event in Atlanta. You know, a lot of people were just connecting, and people were on podcasts. It was beautiful. And we got to really see what the purpose is of independent entrepreneurship. And that's just something that, you know, we don't realize it starts, you know, with the mustard seed. It starts with, you know, where you are, your community. And as long as you uplift those people, you're going to be good, and they're going to be even better. So you're always going to be okay. Yes. That's what Cotavation does and brings. And moving forward, what we're transforming into Cotavation, working with this nonprofit organization called Ani's House, where we are building 500 tiny homes in the city of Atlanta for the homeless community. And
and we are just going to be bringing also security cameras with the company ADT Security to get the surveillance in there, because if y'all know anything about Atlanta, it is bad with break-ins. And I myself was a victim of a car break-in. And so that started what the Shoot Networking event and to what brought me to this day. You know, I was trying to make that income, I was trying to get myself back, and I had to make the networking event. And, you know, it transformed into a tour. And now moving forward, I get to work with companies like Ani's House and other great Black-owned businesses in Atlanta. So pretty much just stay tuned for entrepreneurship, I guess.
All right. Okay.
Well, after exposure, I have to release it, so gotta have another meeting one of these days with some people in the back. But after that, we got some things lined up. If you're a member of Ivy Vision on the board or on here, can you just like raise your hand or stand up or
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
say some noise, make some noise. Okay. So I'll be putting my hands and feet all into Ivy Vision for the next couple of months. But before that, actually in 2 weeks, literally, I go back to school. I'm going to go get my master's.
All right. Hey.
Going back to SCAD, so I'll be in Savannah for a little bit longer, and going to go ahead and I'm coming back. Going to work on my company, Elizabeth, right there. She and I are going to we have a pitch deck that we have on. It's in the works, so we are going to be pumping out a lot of things from our writer's room. My mom's already trying to get me back in there. After that, we're going to be solidifying some upper level positions. We got some things that we gotta cover, some internships. So looking into that, just trying to mentor the people that still want to be creative here in Savannah. SCAD youth, just youth of Georgia here in Savannah, because I mean, we have so many campuses of just universities and institutions that it shouldn't be, SCAD's downtown and Savannah's on the east, or Savannah State's on the east. It should be very much blended, and we should all be collaborating together. So I have some things in the works, and we got some things in development.
Can you spend a little tea or we gonna leave it on the playground?
I can say it now.
Okay.
Just giving me the head nod. I can say it now. Jordan's probably like, yeah, you can say it now too. But exposure has a little thing connected to it. It's got a little pilot or whatever called Exposed that the team and I have been putting together for the past since November, a little bit back there. But we got the third draft in a couple days ago, waiting for some reviews and some lights, and then it goes to Elizabeth, and then it goes to Kareem and Caitlin, and then they sign off on it and let me know how I did. But hopefully we'll get everyone, once they are, things start to settle down in the pandemic a little bit, we might be able to go back into production. I haven't been in production since last year. So since Exposure. Exposure was the last time I was on the film set. So I'm itching to get back and to continue the story of Marcus Carter.
Yeah.
And then Levi Davis and Chelsea McCoy.
All right.
And all these people that I've been playing around in my mind that I'm excited to release. So we'll see. 2021, fun year.
Right, hey, we want to see it. We want to see it.
Have another round of applause for the cast. Okay, well, I think. So I appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. This is the closing of the tour. It's the last show. And everyone tuning in from home. If you're tuning in from home, thank you. I know we couldn't make it to Miami, but we are going to try to make that happen. Jakeem's from Miami, so that's
Hey, y'all.
and we definitely want to make that out somehow. So we're gonna plan something.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe Exposure has something that goes on there. Hopefully, we'll see.
That sounds possible.
Yeah, sounds possible. But thank you for everyone who came and made this happen.
Yes,
My
yes.
mother, number one CFO of Ivy Vision, she's in the back. Thank you for believing in my dream. A lot of parents don't do that. And to have a mother that wants to be in that is just, it makes life worthwhile. And I just thank you. I thank you all the way throughout the story, but it's the end of it, so you don't get it. So, shout out to my mom, shout out to my aunties in the back, Aunt Kayla, all the way from HPA, and Aunt Lorna, all the way from North Carolina. So I really appreciate you guys for coming out and supporting my dream as well. ATR, thank you so much for live streaming the event. You know, we've been trying to get that done.
Very cool.
Thank you. And, you know, Alex, I appreciate you. Thank you for the connection. Thank you, Julie.
Awesome.
Go ahead. Look,
We have Da Vinci the Great, the DJ here, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. I have Corey, Kate Michelle. She's a designer, y'all. She's a hostess. She does it all. Oh, I'm sorry. I am Kate Nicole. Kate Nicole. Excuse me, guys. Kate Nicole. Corey, Kate Nicole. There we go. Yes. No, but she's amazing. She's been with us with Da Vinci for 2 cities now, so that's amazing.
cities, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Emerald, let's go. Emerald.
I have to just, oh my God.
Queen. Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on this tour. I thought she was gonna say no. This girl's busy.
Booked and busy.
And she was like, oh yeah, I'm there. And I'll pay for my stuff. I was like, girl, that's nice. So I was like, I'm just so happy that you even made it to Houston. I'm just so glad that I remember us talking about it during exposure and saying, oh, I never been to Houston, and now you got there, and you went to Atlanta. It's just, I'm just proud of you, and I'm just glad that we can share our success together. And it's been a great start of our friendship and everything. So just love you. Much love.
Love you.
Yeah. And then, yes. And then also, this is from myself, Jewell, thank you for bringing us all here, for bringing me here. Thank you so much. You know, I'm obviously the actor too of the film, but I joined as a partner on tour, and now I'm also with the company as head of marketing. You know, so it's a lifelong partnership of just collaborating with someone who you know and respect. It's just great. And so, Jewell, thank you for bringing these great creators out here. Myself, letting me be part of your projects. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Very much so an honor.
Okay. Let me wrap this up with everybody. Thank you to my H-Town fans that came out and flew out for me. And everyone, love you so much. You guys are, of course, my best friends. And thanks, Dad, who's watching. Love you, Dad. And everyone at home, Kareem, Caitlin, you guys. That whole corner right there, Giselle. There's so many people that have touched this project that are just all around this room, and I just thank you so much for that. I have to thank God. God is the reason. You said, God is the reason I'm here, safely here.
Yes.
I give that all to Him, and I'm just so grateful. But the Westin, hey, thank you for having us. Very last minute, but thank you for having us. And we just thank you. You guys have a safe night. Be safe, wear safe. Oh, I have one more thing. We have one more thing to do. The raffle. I hope everyone has a raffle ticket. You gotta do tickets. You gotta do the raffle. Yes. Who doesn't have a raffle ticket? Hey. Okay, we're gonna okay. I think we're gonna get a raffle ticket. Okay. Wow. And okay, Tyler's gonna come and pass around a raffle ticket for me. Everyone keep your hands up if you want a raffle ticket. The reason for the raffle is we have a poster that everyone has signed on the cast and also myself that we're going to give away. It's just a gift for everyone or for someone, special someone. After that, we're going to do the raffle and then we're going to cuddle up over here in the back for a closing ceremonial champagne toast. So, we'll wait until everyone gets that. Oh, also, shout out to our new photographers. I low-key just met them a couple hours ago. Thanks, Shakina, for finding them. Thank you so much, Chris. Love you.
Thank you. So we're waiting for the raffles to go in.
We're still waiting for the raffle. Okay. Well, thanks, CJ.
We can
Just move the glass. We just need to make sure.